Good morning, Georgiana. It's so good to be with you this morning. You probably know we're a day behind in our usual Wednesday encouragement. It's actually going to be a Thursday encouragement this week. As you can imagine, the first 3 days this week after I gave you a shout out on Monday have just been a little bit crazy in my life. I've been on Zoom calls and conference calls and personal calls with pastors in our community, with community leaders, just talking about this issue of racism, talking about what evil looks like in our community, and talking about how we can be one and how light can repel darkness. So we're continuing to work in that vein and in hopes of literally driving back what I can't believe is still such a pervasive presence of evil in our world. So we're coming together, churches all over the community. But this is a week that I wanted to celebrate a couple of things because I think that in light of the last 3 months, it just feels like we don't ever have any good news. And so we want to share that the Allens gave birth to a son. Dominic Joseph is his name, and that he is healthy and doing great and is a new addition to our church family. And we want to celebrate with the Allens. Ask that you be in prayer for them and his little life. I also want to celebrate a gentleman in our church who this past week received his 1-year chip from AA. This is a huge accomplishment, and we are so proud of him. I know that it has taken a ton of courage. It has been taken a ton of support from his family. So we just want to get behind him and say, hey, job well done, and keep fighting the good fight. So we're, again, just proud of him. So as you know, we have had a peanut butter and jelly drive. We're about halfway through as of this video shooting. As of today, we are just short of 1,000 jars of peanut butter and jelly, which is amazing. So thank you for that. We just think it's a wonderful opportunity for us to be the church in our community. So I want to tell you where that comes from. Years ago, I just felt like that tangible outreach has allowed us to have a touchstone with not only what people in our community could be blessed with, but we could get an appreciation for what it costs for a family to try to do these kind of things. I think we sometimes can lose sight of the cost of things. And so, like, for example, if you've been 20 years removed from buying diapers, you'd be shocked at how much diapers cost. This is peanut butter and jelly is a way to, in a lasting way, to help families make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And so the whole premise of this outreach comes from 1 Thessalonians 2. It is the passage that's written on the wall inside your sanctuary, which you have not seen in 12 weeks. So let me just share it with you in case you've forgotten. It says, just as a nursing mother cares for her children, so we cared for you. Because we loved you so much, we were delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but our lives as well. Listen, these outreaches allow us to be tangibly, physically engaged and involved, and then spread the love of Christ through these ways of opening doors and literally helping people who are hungry, who need clothing sometimes, certainly diapers. Any of those outreaches we do comes from this concept that we're excited to share the gospel with you, but we know that we also want to share our lives. So we want to have a dog in the hunt. We just don't want to write a check, right? So periodically, that's good for us. So let me tell you why peanut butter jelly excites me. Because here's the analogy I use when I use it in children's ministry, or back in the day when I taught at children's camps and these kind of things. I believe that peanut butter and jelly, when you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's an example of God's love, right? So if you're making a really healthy peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm not talking about just a little bit. I'm talking about a healthy peanut butter packed on one side, jelly packed on the other side. When you're doing that, the aftermath of that is there is going to be peanut butter and jelly on your plate, maybe on the counter, on your hand from putting the knife or whatever it is, from cutting your sandwich, whatever it is. And once you get peanut butter jelly on you, game over, man. You ain't getting it off. I mean, it just shows up all day long, right? I mean, you'll be sitting at your desk and you'll feel stickiness and it's on your elbow and somehow it was on your shirt. Maybe it's just me that has that issue. But I just love the fact that I think peanut butter and jelly looks like God's love. Once you get it on you, it's really hard to get off. And so I love these outreaches that we do that involve peanut butter and jelly because it always makes me think of God's love. And what does the world need more now than a love that it can't get off, right? a love that it can't get off, right? So, hey, thank you for what you've done for our community. Thanks for blessing so many people in ways that you can't imagine, and for being faithful while we're apart. So we're working on plans to get back together, and hopefully we'll have those released here in a week or so. Again, looking forward to being with you Sunday. And in a couple weeks, we start a new series on the names of God, which the preaching team's really excited about. So know that I love you, church. I appreciate all the support this week that you've given me. Your prayers is what allowed me to stay in the fight in the game all week long. So I look forward to seeing you Sunday morning. Have a great day.